Hello, in this video we're going to be looking at algebraic proof. So the objective here is to use algebra to prove that a statement is always true for all numbers. So the key idea, algebraic proof shows us that something will work for all numbers, not just for one example. So here's an example. We need to prove that the sum of two consecutive even numbers is always even. So the first thing I need to do is to define our two consecutive even numbers. So we need to show this is always true, not just true for a particular example. So I couldn't just pick two consecutive even numbers 4 and 6, because that is only going to show this is true for the examples 4 and 6. So instead, I'm going to generalize two consecutive even numbers. So I could have 2n and then 2n plus 2. And then I'm finding the sum, so I'm going to add them. So I'm going to 2n plus 2n plus 2. So in total, I have 4n plus 2. Now I need to show this is even, and an even number is a multiple of 2. So if I factorise, I could pull out a factor of 2, so it's 2 lots of 2n plus 1, and this is therefore even because it's a multiple of 2. So I've just proven that the sum of two consecutive even numbers must always be even. Here's another example. So we need to prove that the sum of two consecutive odd numbers is divisible by 4. So the first thing I need to do is generalise my two consecutive odd numbers. So I could have 2n plus 1 and 2n plus 3. And I need to find the sum, so I'm going to add them. So 2n plus 1 plus 2n plus 3 is going to be 4n plus 4. So I need to prove that it's divisible by 4. So what I can do is pull out a factor of 4. So it's going to be 4 bracket n plus 1. And this is therefore a multiple of 4, because here you can see it's got 4 as a factor. So the answer is therefore a multiple of 4. So here's another example. So we need to prove that the sum of two consecutive multiples of 5 is always a multiple of 5. So the first thing I'm going to do is define my two consecutive multiples of 5. So the first multiple of 5, I can have 5n, and then the next multiple of 5 is going to be 5n plus 5. Because if I have two consecutive multiples of 5, for example, I can have 10 and 15, or 25 and 30. So to get the next one, I simply add 5 to the first one. So I need to find the sum, so I'm going to add them. So when I add them, I get 10n plus 5, and I need to prove this is a multiple of 5. So I'm going to pull out 5 as a factor, so it's going to be 2n plus 1, and this is clearly a multiple of 5. Here's another example. So I need to prove that the sum of three consecutive even numbers is divisible by 6. So I'm going to define my three consecutive even numbers first. So my first one I'm going to say is 2n. So then my next one's just going to be 2n plus 2. And my next one's going to be 2n plus 4. I'm finding the sum, so I'm going to now add them all. So 2n plus 2n plus 2n, that is 6n. And 2 plus 4 is 6. So I end up with 6n plus 6. We want to now show that it's divisible by 6, so I'm going to pull out 6 as a factor, so it's 6 bracket n plus 1. And this is clearly divisible by 6 because you can see that 6 is a factor, so we can say this is divisible by 6. Here's another example. So we want to prove that the difference of the squares of two consecutive integers is odd. So again, I'm going to define my two consecutive integers, so I'm going to have n and n plus 1. But I'm finding the difference of the squares. So I'm going to subtract the square of the larger one from the square of the smaller one. So I'm actually going to do n plus 1, take away n, and I'm going to square both of them. So n plus 1 squared, if I expand the brackets, so it's n plus 1 times n plus 1, and then minus n squared, so I can just write n squared like that. So it's going to be n squared plus 1n plus 1n plus 1, if I use the FOIL method to expand that. And then I'm minusing n squared, so I end up with n squared and n squared cancel out, so I just get 2n plus 1. And this is clearly always odd because 2n plus 1 is an odd number. So I can say that this is an odd number, and therefore the difference of the squares of two consecutive integers must always be odd. Here's another example. So we need to prove that the product of two odd numbers is always odd. So I'm going to define my two odd numbers. So I'm going to have 2n plus 1. And then a second odd number we could say is 2m plus 1. So it's just a different odd number. So I'm going to use a different letter. We want to find the product. Product means multiply. So I'm going to multiply these two things here. So if I expand the brackets, I have 2n plus 1 times 2m plus 1. So I've got 2n times 2m, so that's 4nm. I've got 2n times 1, so that's 2n. 1 times 2m, so that's 2m, and then 1 times 1 is 1. So now I need to show this is odd, so I could show that this part here is divisible by 2 by pulling out 2 as a factor. So it's 2 lots of 2m plus n plus m, and then if I add 1 on the end, I can see that this number is even, and I'm adding 1 to an even number. So this is therefore odd. Here's another example. So we need to prove that the sum of 2 multiples of 3 is always a multiple of 3. So a multiple of 3 could be 3n, and another multiple of 3 could be 3m. Okay, so it just needs to be any 2 multiples of 3, and I'm taking the sum. Now these aren't like terms, I can't add 3n and 3m, but I want to prove they're a multiple of 3. So I can just pull out 3 as a factor, so it's 3 bracket n plus m. So the answer is clearly a multiple of 3 because it has 3 as a factor. So that's everything I have for this video here, so I hope you found that useful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in another video. Bye!